Yeah.
Sorry,
you take it from here.
It's a fucking soliloquy. Just like made us to the camera, like, this is what we talked about. It's like, fuck, Muggleton's got autism. That's crazy. He remembered it fucking in order. This is correct.
Well, that's a good enough start. So, welcome to this week's episode. Before we get into our guest and what we talked about today, Delby, who we sponsored by today?
Shout out to our first big sponsor, alltradescover.com.au.
Yeah, for anyone who's watching, you can see it behind our amazing guest there, Daniel Muggleton. But we can, you can see my beautiful face now.
So if that happened on a work site, I'm sure you could find some form of insurance.
Yeah.
However, I'm not sure. You need to hit up alltradescover.com.au. They cover the sole traders, the little guys, any tradies. If you've got a business that needs insurance, hit them up and they will look after you. We've got lots of listeners that have been using them. So keep helping us.
Helping those that help us.
Those that help us.
Yeah, I like that.
To use Buddha's phrase.
Yep, that's perfect.
Support those that support us.
That's exactly right. But yeah, get around them. John Elliott is a legend. Also, this episode is brought to you by Vibe Culture, which I actually have been using the last 2 days with this recovery, and it's very good. They tell you to replace your coffee with that, but I've been having both. But it's good. Did you try your hangover cure?
No, because I was already finished. I had my hangover cured.
But have you been popping? Have you been vibing?
I haven't been vibing, man.
Don't say that.
I need to be honest.
Full disclaimer: this stuff doesn't vibe you.
I need to bring it into here.
To have it. Oh, so you haven't been having it?
No.
Okay, yeah. It definitely works. It's fucking awesime. It's got amino acids. It's got
vitamins,
electrolytes. Yeah. It's got all the stuff you need.
It's like a healthy Gatorade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Tropical punch. It smells delicious. As soon as you smell it, you want to I want to rack it. It smells that good.
Mate, it genuinely smells. It tastes incredible as well. So get around that. And also, finally, this episode is brought to you by Kahuna Golf. As you can see, if you're watching, Kahuna Golf, good apparel, good hats, good shirts. So if you like your golf, do you like your golf?
Yeah.
I played a bit of golf in my time.
Yeah. Do you want a golf hat?
Yeah, we'll give you a plenty.
I'd love a golf hat. I keep getting given hats in Perth.
Oh, yeah?
I've had people after the show offer me a hat. I've stolen a Bud hat from the fucking venue.
I wish I was offered caps after the show.
Well, it's because if you're in Australia and in Perth, you probably
need the hat.
need to wear a hat because of the ozone.
That's one of our techniques.
Yeah.
So Kahuna will cover you. If it's a 40-degree day, they've got the shirts, they've got the shorts.
100% breathability, and they've got a Hard Yarns discount code, which is Hard Yarns 15. So type that in for 15%.
Same distance I can hit the fucking golf balls at the moment.
But Delby, at least you look good while you're playing golf.
Right. If you can't be good, look good. Speaking of looking good, we're joined by Dan Muggleton.
Yes.
Speaking of not being good, I guess, as well. What a fucking nightmare scenario that is.
Oh, yeah.
That was an awesome episode. I really enjoyed it.
Heaps of fun.
Yeah, good.
No risky subjects brought up by the guest.
Oh.
I mean, what I liked was, we talked about all the times that Uber drivers have threatened me in Perth.
Yeah.
Which is several.
Fuck yeah.
And then you covered American history with the kind of nuance. with the kind of nuance that only a presidential candidate could muster. Just like, man, this guy's a fucking scientist or something. Like maybe
I am
an
now the American
biologist.
president. We covered NFL, Super Bowl.
Yep. So, bit of Super Bowl chat, bit of fucking Gators.
Gators,
Crocs.
Yeah.
And then ozone layer, for some reason.
Yeah. A little bit of murder.
We got into that.
Oh, a bit of moon conspiracy.
Yeah. Bit of that. And tricking Greeks. Which I think is always a great way to spend time.
Fuck yeah.
You get to pull the wool over a Greek side. Fucking good on you. Enjoy the taramasalada.
What do the Greeks say when they smash the table?
Yasu, isn't it?
Yasu.
Oppa.
Wow.
Yasu is, I think, hello.
I don't know. I'm just a bloody Malacca, mate. I don't bloody know what he's doing.
So we'll say Yasu.
And whoppa!
Let's get hard.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host,
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Branch.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
So we just get straight into it. So thanks so much for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it. I'm going to address the elephant in the room.
Yeah, the elephant man in the room.
So for those watching at home, I'm a bit stitched up. Just a couple of little stitches. All good. So, but actually, bless the girl down at engine room.
Oh,
I just
no.
I was like, it's okay, you can address it. And she's like, are you okay? And I was like, oh, you should see her face. And she went, oh, really? I was like, no, it's just a joke. I did not.
Oh, what sort of fucking impression have you made of that?
You seem to be like a bit of a regular there as well, which is worse.
Yes.
I actually know this bloke pretty well.
And it seems like a fair assessment.
Not out of the ordinary.
Not only would he fight a woman, he would lose.
Classic. But actually, I'm feeling pretty decent. But this afternoon, I might feel a little bit woozy. So,
do you forget you've got it? Like, do you just kind of think you're living your life normally, and then everyone's just giving you that kind of look away, look? Like,
just before, yes, only this morning, because the first two days I've had this big patch on my face, and I can see it. Like, I can see it pretty badly in the corner of my eye. I took that off today, and now it's sort of not there. I went to the petrol station to pay for some petrol, and she went. The old double. I don't know where to look.
It sucks when you got something wrong with your face that you don't feel. Because
gave me good.
You just feel normal, and then people look at you like, ugh.
Well, it gave me that good appreciation for
Ugly people.
for what we spoke about with Lewis Spears the other day of just having you don't have the context of what it's like to feel like shit. And you should be just feeling good. You should have gratitude for just feeling good in general. So for feeling like shit 2 days ago in the afternoon, I just was like, all I want to do is feel better again. Yeah. I just want to get back. So it did give me that. That's the only thing I'm going to take from it.
Are we really hitting gratitude?
Mate, and this,
I thought the salt lamp was a bad booking. I didn't realise this is the kind of fucking podcast.
We don't want to have three white guys talking about gratitude.
Is it mindfulness o'clock? I was telling you about the Uber I got here, and I fucking loved him. He turns up, I get in, I'm like, hey mate, how's your day been? He's like, Daniel, I don't give a fuck. Straight out again, he's like, I know it's against Uber policy, but I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, man, you're my new favorite.
Yeah.
Like, you're getting a tip.
Put a shirt on.
Dude, heavily Eastern European accent.
Yeah.
And when they don't give a fuck, I'm afraid a little. Just a little bit.
I don't give a fuck. I drive this straight into 3.
He's probably putting on a better show than most of the Fringe shows at the moment.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll be honest, he had more opinions than me at this point.
How's the Fringe going? He said it's been okay.
Mate, what I'm subjecting the people of Perth to, I genuinely feel bad about. Like, every spot I do is fine. Every time it's an hour, they come in and just seem to think they're watching someone else. I don't know what it is. They're just so baffled.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's because I'm in Yagan Square and I've never been to anywhere. Like, let me put it this way. So I was like, Yagan Square, what is it? Googled it. First thing Google says is, why did Yagan Square fail? That's the first result Google comes up with.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a fucking horrible booking.
Yeah, what have you been wearing at the shoe?
Yeah, I'm at the shoe, yeah. And just like, it's just, you're outside, you walk in just amongst, some of the great ice enthusiasts I've seen. Past the thing that says police on it with a little sign that says not a police station. Where the fuck am I?
Yeah. I brought my daughter into town the other day for like a Fringe, like the kids sort of thing. And we walked through Yagan Square and had the two nieces as well with us. And they were genuinely afraid. Yeah. Like, genuinely. Like,
when there's an activation going, it's not too bad. But it's just a general thing. Did you read Why Did It Fail? Did you open it up?
I did read Why Did It Fail. It was just like, I think they said that there were supposed to be markets there.
Yeah. They priced everyone out, and everyone, like, they promised all this foot traffic. They promised X, Y, Z. And then there was all these markets. There was meant to be markets, food stalls. And slowly they all just left because there was no foot traffic. So,
do you think the university is it university that's going in there? No, UWA? UWA is
it's a good spot for one. If it is, that would be an excellent addition.
I think it's the UWA, like the city edition.
Yeah.
Or whatever, like ECU or whatever it is. Anyway, that is the Perth edition, and that will add. It's actually the theatre as well. They've got a theatre and everything.
We just don't have enough people. Like, that's pretty much it.
That's the main problem.
That's the main problem.
So you can't have a square without a town.
Yeah.
Makes no fucking sense.
We should have
Where's the population?
Should have started with like a semicircle first and worked our way up to a square.
We got Yagan Corner.
Yeah,
and we're
that
going
would
to
have been
expand out.
Yeah.
And I was saying to you before when we had our coffee, I was just like, I've seen a lot of people eat a dick this fucking fringe.
Yeah, but that's for fucking exposure. Fringe people love eating dicks.
But it's been common, man. Like I said to you yesterday, don't blame the crowd, but I'm starting to think, blame the crowd.
Yeah, fucking oath, bro. One out of every few gigs you can.
I can only speak for the rest of Australia. When we come to Perth, we do in fact blame the crowd. Big part of it. Big part of it. Walk away being like,
In general, we've got fairly good crowds, but I feel like Fringe. I just got off the phone to Buddha. Have you met Buddha yet? Brian Shields from Reaper's podcast.
No.
So Buddha was like going, what the fuck's going on here? And I feel like whatever Fringe you've done with their marketing this year, they've targeted the left woke, the woke tards.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit more fucking left than regular.
Yeah, well,
Like the confessional, I was like, fuck, I was off the cunts, man. I was honestly doing the show like, fuck, you don't deserve this, man.
Well,
it was so annoying.
even a show I went and watched the other night, like he started, and I can't remember if he's come out really publicly yet, so maybe I won't mention which show I went to. But yeah, he told a couple of gay jokes. He's gay, and the girls in it was like, oh, too far. Too far. Are you fucking kidding? Are you fucking kidding? He's gay.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think because I'm at the Laugh Resort, and I think the fact that there's resort in the title kind of means that old people are like, this is where I want to go.
Yeah.
You know, like this has got breakfast included. Like, there's sunbeds, and they turn up, and it's just me being like, I really don't like old people.
Yeah.
As a concept or individually.
Yeah.
And they get quite upset.
Yeah, because Laugh Resort is a very sort of left crowd as well. The typical mailing list that we get there.
that's a good point. Yeah.
But I also not to get in the cost of living stuff because fuck we know, but like old people can afford it. Straight up. It's like young people are like, I'd love to go out, but I can't afford it. Whereas old people are like, you're paying my mortgage.
Yeah.
I'd like to go see a show.
100.
From someone from your generation.
Yeah.
Do they get like a pensioner's
Well,
discount
they'd
or
like
anything?
Corey White shows because if they're old,
They probably
racist
would.
boomers.
I went and did one of Corey White's.
Well, actually, Corey's not racist.
No.
Actually. Old boomers that don't like political correctness.
I went and did one of his rooms the other day, and they've been fucking banging. Apparently, the one night I went and did his room, there was 9 people in there. Like 9, but there was it was the day before Australia Day. All the roads were closed. He sold a heap of tickets. So many people didn't show up. So I think it was just too difficult for people.
Probably changed the date on the ticket.
Yeah. But
that's a fringe. That's your classic fringe.
But
experience,
rocked
bro.
up 9 people, and then Sarah Callahan went on fucking killed, and then Amos went on before me, and fuck man, watching that guy crush to 9 people, it was just and having to follow that was quite difficult.
Yeah, Amos is king, man.
Man,
very good.
Like what? Yeah, and then he was just so he was so staunch in his ideas. Even some of the jokes that the crowds were like, going, whoa, that's a bit much. He just fucking leant in and went, nah, fuck yeah, I'm telling him. I'm fucking telling him. And he got him. He swung him around and fucking crushed to 9 people.
You managed to convince those 9 people?
Yeah.
What is he, a backpacker selling paintball? He turned 9 people around. I think he could be school president. What a fucking king. This guy's a man of the people.
100%.
I should say, Amos is one of my very good friends, and I will not ever endorse him publicly. That's just not our relationship. I care about the man deeply. He stays at my house, but if anyone asks me, what a piece of shit. Piece of shit, bad comic, bad dick. It's all horrible. That's a nightmare.
You've been coughing some bad dick for Amos.
I've just heard stories. Mostly from him.
Yeah.
Part of the rental agreement.
What's your show called? Because the last one I saw, that was pretty funny where they changed the...
Oh, yeah. How the Whitey have fallen.
How the Whitey have fallen.
And then the Astor left the bloody Y off. So it was how the White have fallen. And everyone was like, man, this guy's the new Corey White. You know, this is good stuff. But yeah, no, this one's Blinded by the Whites.
I love it.
I've for some reason just chosen like Richie Benaud's jacket.
Nice.
Like every variation of white.
We've got the off-white, the ivory, the beige.
Absolutely.
The bone.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nice.
so-
How's it? And it's going okay at the moment?
I mean, look, to call it a show is very ambitious. Like, There's a series of ideas that Perth is not really getting on board with. But I do lean into ragging on Perth pretty hard. So some people get it and they understand that like regardless of where I am, I'm upset. Like I don't like Sydney either. I just don't like things.
Yeah.
And so I'm just telling you about the things I don't like about you, which is professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Professional
just
loader.
Yeah, it's been interesting. The one that I've been on is like the Bucks parties because I've just been like dragged to Bucks parties and like I can't.
You've been dragged to them here?
Just not here, like just in my life. The highlight of my Perth Fringe was getting recognised in McDonald's by a junkie, and like not just like a little bit junkie-ish, like very junkie-ish, like incredibly junkie, like as in shirtless and bleeding.
Fuck yeah!
At the time, he's stealing straws. He turns around,
stealing straws that are free.
Paper straws. I mean, what's he fucking doing with it? But anyway,
they're melting in his mouth.
in the straw's defense, his mouth is fucking warm. But like literally stealing straws, turns around. I'm like averting eye contact, like any polite human being. And he's just like, "You're a funny cunt." I'm like, "Oh no." And he just comes up and he just starts telling me that he's just been to Lewis Spears' show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Tonight?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "What?"
Dressed like that?
What happened between that and now? Like, you've gone to see comedy, you're a patron of the arts, now you're shirtless and bleeding, and you need more than one straw.
I think it's just a prerequisite to go watch Lewis Spears.
So what did he say to you? You're that white power bloke. I love your show.
Dude, I fucking agree. No, it was just like, yeah, man, I've been watching your fucking videos online, eh?
Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, you're right. I guess you don't have a TV, but you do have a phone. So.
It's not his.
Yeah. It's mine. Yeah. Unfortunately, he snaked it. But no, it was kind of weird. He was like very polite and lovely, but then like, he just went outside to, scare your fucking nieces in Yagan Square. Like,
fuck yeah.
but I was like, I guess I'm getting some cut through.
Yeah, any recognition's good recognition.
Yeah, bloody oath.
I think the year before last was the first time I saw your stuff in Edinburgh Fringe, but everyone was saying you were killing it.
At Edinburgh.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or was it maybe in Sydney and then went to Edinburgh or something? I'm not sure.
I lived in London for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But I've been in Sydney since just before the pandemic. Like I got out of the UK like just before the pandemic.
Right.
I remember flying into the bushfires.
Yeah, right.
And then like I think I've flown into Armageddon. I think I've played a horrible hand here. Then 3 months later, the pandemic happened and everyone in Europe died. And I was like, I played it blind.
Yeah.
This is an unbelievable call.
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck. You've gone. You went there at the wrong time, didn't you? Lockdowns and bushfires.
Well, no, but compared to Europe.
Yeah, compared to Europe, I guess. But like, fuck, that's a pretty hectic time to go there as well, eh?
Well, just to come back into the bushfires was fucking real because like in the UK, there's just not even temperature, let alone fire. You know. But like, yeah, it's been good being back. Like I like going to the UK every year, but like you go over there, man, it's getting worse.
Yeah.
Like it's crumbling a little. Like this is the first time I've ever been in the UK where they're playing those like Mediterranean rules where it's like, if you don't pay attention, I'm going to take some of your money.
Yeah.
Like not heaps, just a bit.
Yeah.
I'm just going to add some stuff to the bill.
Yeah.
I'm going to charge you for things you didn't pay for.
Yeah.
Just going to put little charge
That
in.
little shifty Italian fucking tourist charges.
Well, I'd hate to specify one group. That's why I said Mediterranean. I'm not going to say it's the Italians. I'm just saying that they're all eating olives.
Yes.
Is that fair?
The Greeks. Kalamata.
Dude, that was one of my
plates everywhere.
That was one of my favorite pranks I've ever done. It was George Zach, Greek comedian.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He was coming to Perth and he was staying with a family, and like it was like he wanted to thank them for letting him stay, right? So he was like, I just want to get them like some kind of gift, and I'm like, what you should do is bring them Kalamata olives because he's from Kalamata in Greece.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's like, why would I bring them olives? And I'm like, because olives are banned in Australia. You can't actually bring olives into Australia. We only have native Australian olives, which are significantly poorer quality. So if you bring Kalamata olives, just a jar of them, through customs into this family, they'll be so grateful.
Yeah.
And he's like, thank you, Dan. Thank you. That's a beautiful gift idea.
Oh, man.
And then he
And
comes
that's
up
more
with the olives like,
dangerous. That's more dangerous than bringing cocaine through customs.
Way more. Bring a jar of olives. The dogs can fucking smell that. It's extra virgin. They're on.
Oh, what did they? Were they just like?
They were just so puzzled. Just like we got that down the shop. Like even Aldi's got Kalamata, brother. Like I love anything like that. Just like making someone go to so much effort for nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
And just also he feels so good.
Yeah. He's like, I'm doing a very good thing.
I have not seen him he's in town at the moment.
Yeah,
eh?
okay.
Yeah.
George is awesome, right?
Yeah.
So good.
So, I haven't actually seen his. I heard the Tinder story is great. She completely ruined his life.
Dude, I met her.
Yeah,
like,
right.
'cause, we're mates, and I met her several times, and I feel like he says this with the show, people are like, how did you not realize?
Yeah.
And I'm like, as I would argue one of the more judgmental people.
Yeah.
I did not. I was like, she seems fine.
Okay.
You know
so
what I mean?
I don't know what she's done yet, and I don't want you to say because I don't want to give away the show.
Don't spoil the show. But
yeah.
just seemed totally the fact that in the
legitimately
show,
normal?
Yeah, everyone's like, George, you're an idiot. How could you not fucking see through that? It's just seems reasonable.
Okay.
Even pretty fun.
Okay. I think we've done a really good marketing strategy for George. Yeah.
Get someone else to talk about how
you
good
want
the
to
story is.
know what it is.
Fuck, it would actually make sense, just he gets his mates to do 2-camera videos.
Yeah.
Look, I met her, she seemed lovely. You'll never believe what happened.
Yeah.
Just some fucking low rent Blair Witch
That's
shit.
everyone's ex-wife though. So, she seemed cool. But
Kind of agree.
But what I was going to say after Greek. Oh yeah, we told Nima the other day he came on. He didn't know what drop bears were.
Classic.
So the classic one. But you would think in this day and age, everyone would know about drop bears. But yeah, he was fucking freaking out. He Googled it and it was like someone's got a Photoshop koala that looks like a grizzly. He's like, are you serious, buddy? Oh my God, buddy, what do they do?
Yeah. So, he was actually messaging me yesterday. He's like, man, what's going on with the skin cancer stuff? And thought it was such a...
Yeah, he was freaking out.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, no. It's just like, it's like a real minor. Like, it's pretty common. Like, welcome to Australia, bro.
Yeah. I was playing ball. He goes, what the fuck? Everybody gets skin cancer here?
Yeah.
Oh my God, buddy, I got to get the fuck out of this. He's like, he was going...
You get skin cancer,
He was so concerned, man.
Yeah.
He was like freaking out. He's like, how has he got cancer? Oh my God, is he okay?
Yeah. I was
we've grown up
it was like speedy recovery,
everyone,
dude. And I was like, it's just a couple of stitches, man. It'll be all right in a couple of days.
Everyone gets skin out. He's like, what, they cut it out of him? I'm like,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You don't wait for it to shed. What fucking environment are you from?
Someone was telling me about this natural stuff, and I won't go down.
What's the natural stuff?
But a natural remedy.
Yeah, like a natural remedy for but I think all cancers called black salve. Dude,
nah.
No?
Well, all it does is just fucking kill your skin and create a massive hole, and then it peels off like a big scab.
Yeah, okay.
So it kills everything.
Yeah.
So you could have anything. Have you heard of black salve?
Nah, man, I went to university. What the fuck are we? Black salve?
Yeah, because someone messaged me this morning saying black salve, a listener. So,
instead of getting it cut out by a doctor, have you tried applying this ointment to your skin cancer?
So, mate, I'm always interested in natural remedies, but that sounds quite horrific.
It comes up with safe search blurring. You can't even look at it.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Dude, that's because it's prescription only. You can't fucking see it.
Yeah.
Give us a look.
So,
Holy fuck, bro.
Yeah, you put it on and it burns.
But, I mean, my face doesn't look much better at the moment. But
so like that.
Yeah. Oh, so is it like... It's
like putting acid on your skin.
Yeah, was it like, when they... the cold stuff.
They've liquid nitrogen
stuff, and they burn,
freeze stuff off.
Yeah, freeze the stuff off. Because is it doing similar to that?
I love that you're saying that all subtle, like we don't all have herpes. Everyone's done it.
Is that what is it? Maybe the same.
From when I remember looking at it because it popped up on like an Instagram post. I was like, what's that? And when I looked into it, it's a topical treatment that basically you put it on.
Yeah, it's illegal.
Yeah,
it's illegal.
Yeah, it's illegal.
I think like
why are we pursuing this?
Someone messaged me this
illegal,
morning.
It's blurred, and you're like, I like a second
That means
opinion.
it must work. If it's illegal, the government knows something that we don't, and they're holding it from us. So, but
I totally.
I think the theory they think that it only works on bad on the bad part. So it will work around the bad part.
Oh, what?
Bring it up to the surface, and then it comes off.
I can't entertain this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
When I looked in a bit more, I think it just, like I said, it just
Does
mutes everything.
What is it? A smart salve?
A smart salve. Yeah.
It's
got microchips in
got
it.
a fucking sniffer dog. Like, this is the cancer. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Do you think there's actually been cancer cures that have
100%. I honestly believe that there's been cancer cures and it's been bought out by people that make more money from treating long-term cancer.
Oh, like the chemo.
Just like the water engine.
I know it's billions and billions of dollars, I guess. But yeah, the water engine.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking hectic.
Yeah, every single design that would have killed the fuel industry.
Yeah.
They've got the money to buy it out.
The water engine.
Yeah, so engines that run
people
off
have figured
water.
out how to use water as fuel.
Right.
Because water is hydrogen gas, oxygen gas. When it mixes, you get H2O.
Yeah.
So they've figured out a way to create energy from combusting water.
Right.
So
there
was a guy that famously created it, and then he went missing.
You were missing.
And the patent was bought out.
The fuel ran out, and he fucking died in the desert.
He's in Qatar just rubbing his hands together.
That is always funny when you see something like that, though. Like, just the patent gets bought out.
Yeah.
And
if something's going to cost your industry like
billions.
all of its money, but you already have a fuckload of money, you would just buy the patent. And it's like there was a guy that found, what was it, a form of cure for cancer. It was either cancer or some specific disease, and he was super excited sharing his findings. He's like, I can't believe we've got it. And then they went, nah, like the company's painted it and you can't sell it and share it. They own it, even though they know it works.
What?
Yeah. So
oh my God.
It's not too illogical. Like, if somebody was great at comedy and they're coming to Perth, I would spread rumours about how
shit and come and watch my show.
Yeah, they sell crack to people at McDonald's stealing straws. Why would you go watch them?
I didn't sell crack. I bought it. Guys, I've got a show to write. Yeah. I need to stay up.
Yeah.
There are some pretty crazy conspiracies, though, when it goes like, you go, come on, man. Like, get off the gear. Get off the gear.
I'll be honest, this is really like fucking routed back towards my Uber conversation. With the old mate who doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. Let me tell you why Yugoslavia failed. Socialism was perfect. It was the goddamn banksters. That's who did it. And I'm like, oh, that's gangsters, but with bank in it. That's good.
I like it.
That's good. It's strong.
I actually quite like that. That goes
the banksters.
With this podcast.
The banksters, dude.
Banksters.
Yeah.
That's what we should call them.
What do you know any conspiracy theories that you
hate?
Yeah.
Look, I mean, I used to be on the moon landing in high school.
Yeah.
And then I grew out of it.
Yeah. 100%.
My one thing with conspiracy theories is they just require such a level of governmental competence.
Yeah.
That I just don't think is possible.
Okay.
Like I've seen them try to, put on the Commonwealth Games and fail. How can they fly 2 planes into 2 buildings without anyone knowing?
Yeah.
That's my general.
I still think the moon landing is fucked.
You think it's fake still? I think. Let me put it this way. I think they did get there, but I think if they didn't get there, they would have faked it to make sure the Russians didn't get it.
That's exactly what I think. I think they got there, and then I think they filmed just in like a just in case sort of video. And that has gotten out.
There's like the moon landing by Kubrick, like that's just sitting in like a vault.
It's just there.
Under Tower 7.
It was in that part of the Pentagon that they blew up.
Yeah,
the conspiracy side of me also goes, ooh, if they got there and they
found something.
So they just released the otother footage.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know. Japan just
weird.
recently went. Did they film their landing?
But they blurred it.
Do you know? I think so. So next week
they put the flag in. You're like, is it in? I don't know.
So I think it's next week, but we're confirming a time. But we actually have a guest from NASA coming on, and he's part of the program. Oh, he's head of the program that's designing Australia's first ever lunar rover. So
Really?
that's going up in a couple of years. So
yeah.
he's on. So we can talk to him specifically about this and get schooled.
Well, he's part of NASA, so he's in on it.
Yeah.
Why would he risk losing his job?
Old Newton Campbell Jr., Dr. Newton Campbell Jr. That's going to be a good episode when he comes on.
Yeah, nice. As if his name's Newton as well.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Yeah.
He was destined for it.
100%.
You always know you're being a good guest on a podcast when they bring up the future guest they're going to have. Man, he's going to be good, huh?
Okay, what are your thoughts on the lunar rover?
What did you do?
guest
What
is
did you
gonna
go
be
to
sick.
uni for? What did you study there?
Arts law. I did the double.
An arts and law?
Oh, so you didn't really go to
Bachelor of Arts,
university.
Bachelor of Laws.
Well, you're using the arts.
I mean, you say that. You say, like, man, like, what do we do? Like, you know, I don't.
So did you say arts law?
Arts and laws. So it's a double degree. It's a
specializes in when people knock off famous art pieces. It's all about the illegal art trade.
That's it. It's a very niche degree.
Yeah.
That is a real thing though. The laundry,
Fake paintings?
Yeah, fake paintings.
Absolutely.
Oh, there's another conspiracy.
Well,
I mean, is that a conspiracy?
That's
It's
not
just
a
good business.
Yeah. Well, a fucking Hunter Biden, perfect example, selling his shit.
Yeah.
But you see it all the
super
time.
amount.
Yeah, it's a I don't know. Fuck.
Actually, I met a lady
on
at
him.
my show
Good on
the
him for
other
doing
night.
it.
She was a art procurement officer, art procurement agent for the government.
Is that how we're like rebranding that now for real? She's an art procurement
Procurement.
officer. She
What the
buys paintings.
Yes.
Like,
For the
fucking
government.
what?
Well,
yeah. I was like,
Someone called design and technology the manual arts. I'm like, go fuck yourself. I'm sorry, dude. You've got
manual
sanding
arts.
paper.
yeah.
As far as I was aware as well with that painting stuff, you got to it's got to be first valued originally, then purchased, and then the value then after 2 years or a year. It has to be like there's a minimum time you have to own it,
What?
and then the price value can change.
What
and
the
then
fuck?
The
it's a
value's
stop,
set for a certain number of years.
something like
stop
that.
laundering.
Yes. Oh, no. Well, I think in an attempt, but no, I think it actually facilitates the laundering because it ends up then once you've had it for a certain amount of time and it's
No
like
capital
a
gains.
depreciation in value
Yeah,
or something.
if you live in the painting, then you don't have to pay capital gains. That's what I've heard.
But I guess it's the same as like an NFT, really. Like I'll just value that whatever the fuck. I don't even know what the fuck an NFT is. Really.
That makes me so deeply upset as a human being that you're like, a painting is like an NFT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That'd be like chicken tastes like fake meat. You know what I mean? Like you're just reversing the analogy.
Sorry, I mean as in the laundering style.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you got
right,
the valuation.
I
Of
think it's like,
something
what's a
that's
painting?
subjective.
It's kind of like an NFT, but analog. You know, this analog NFT like on a wall, and then you buy it. It's like, but what about any digital reproduction? There isn't any. It's just a painting on a wall.
Yeah. No one else can own it.
Yeah, it's crazy. You just keep it in your house. How many servers do I have to keep running to keep? None. No, it just hangs on the fucking wall, dude.
Did you see those? I can't remember where they're from. I think French tourists went in to see the Mona Lisa and they threw
Yeah, they
soup all
souped
over it.
Bro,
Souped it up.
that's already been done.
What for?
Mate, the Australian guy was the OG.
Yeah.
The Australian guy in Italy fucked up that Michelangelo painting, wasn't it?
Oh, fuck.
not the painting, the sculpture. He went in with a hammer. And
Was it in the Vatican or was it?
Oh, I think it was the
And
Vatican.
he just knocked it over.
He like went in with a hammer and just belted it.
Oh, you're
That's such an
kidding.
Aussie thing to do as well.
It wasn't Venus de Milo. She was always like that. But it was the other
got no
one. It's like the
arse.
one holding. Oh, it's like the fucking some Italian Sagrada thing.
Jesus.
But like, he just went
Tutto
in.
bene di grazie.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, he's just gone on and hammered it.
Yeah, he just went in. He was just a crazy guy. And he just went in with a hammer.
And he was
the guy
Aussie?
No. Like, you know.
Yeah.
He was an Aussie guy?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
That's
Wow.
fucked.
We've been bad tourists for ages. Yeah. It's not a recent thing.
Yeah, man. I was in the Czech Republic and fucking... This is when I was 18. I was first going around Europe by myself. And, you know, before you had smartphones, you'd have to get the map and try to figure out where you were going. And if you got lost, you were fucked. Literally fucked. I was in Prague and having some drinks. And there was these Aussie guys there. And immediately I was like, oh, these cunts, I don't know. I don't know about these guys, man. The Canadians were cool. The Mexican guy was cool. The Irish guy. Then the Aussies, they were like, come out with us. I'm like, oh, no, I don't really want to. Come back later, and I go to the Canadian chick that I was with, and where are the Aussies? She's like, oh, they're in jail.
Yeah.
I go, why?
Pretty standard.
Yeah, she goes, oh, they decided to start jumping from the roof of a car to the next roof of the car to the next roof, and they caved in all these cars.
We are
and got
fuckheads,
done
aren't
by-
we? Like
oh,
Australians are
there's
the
either
worst.
Fuckhead Aussie tourists,
Yeah.
or you find the cool ones.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
There's no in between.
Nah.
But like,
There's we came from Melbourne.
Yeah.
We're going to Bali. It's just fuck.
I will just say, like, that is dickhead behaviour.
Yeah.
They do deserve to go to jail. But as an Australian person who's been over, like, if you've never done anything, cast the first stone. You know, I didn't jump from roof to roof, but I've absolutely pissed on several Mercedes.
Yeah.
I was 19 and I was like, capitalism is bad. I'm going to show them. You know, you do what you can
I
out there.
took my arts law degree, mate.
Oh, mate, I've been the the lowest of the low, fucking degenerate Aussie tourist over with a footy team, footy trip, all wearing the same singlets. Almost, when you watch In-Betweeners and they got the t-shirts, Pussy Patrol.
Yeah.
That's how cringe.
That was sick. That was same time. That was nice.
That's how cringe it is. You're walking around, but I mean, fuck, good times.
What were you
I loved it. I had a fucking rip of time. 36 blokes running around wearing the same shit.
Yeah. What did you have written on it?
Every year was
Minge
different.
Mob or something?
Nah, it would be like like we name a tour. So like we have for example,
Tour de Puss.
So I remember one of the last ones.
Tour de Tuppy.
Two puss.
The last one to Thailand, we had this old bloke that used to come, and he'd be like an old patron of the footy club. He'd come on every trip, and
We call them pedophiles.
his name was Pops, and
He was actually already in Thailand.
He lives there.
He'd been in Cambodia beforehand. He's having a great time.
Funny you say that, but but basically he would come on every footy trip and he'd have a beer with the lads, and he was a West Perth Footy Club supporter, and he was all about that sort of, and he used to go all the time, and it was going to be his last trip. So
We call it a happy ending, cunt.
No.
Not that kind, but like
yeah. Well, I did have a happy end, and then
Sorry, why did he go,
Yeah.
So if he wants to get your attention, he go
just
go
thought-
get me a beer, mate. Like he talked like
Sounds
that.
like a bundle of fun. This
Yeah,
guy.
so, he's actually a good laugh. And that was the joke. We'd called it end of an era.
Oh, nice.
End of an era. So that's what you'd do on the shirts.
Nice.
Like you'd come up with a different name.
And
Like,
his
but
next
one
one was
year was
hashtag me tour.
we were pretty bad. Like one year, I remember it was like we'd try and go with footy analogies. It was like up the guts.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, okay.
There
So
it is.
yeah,
Did you grow up in Sydney?
I did grow up in
So
Sydney.
you would be rugby instead
No,
of
I mean,
Aussie rules?
I'm AFL.
Really?
Out
That's
of
pretty
the
rare.
Australian sports, yeah.
Nice.
I'm a big NFL guy as well, but AFL Swans.
Oh, NFL.
Yeah.
You, so what's
Super Bowl?
What's your pick? So I've been so off NFL this year. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I see Kansas City Chiefs versus San Fran are on. San Fran, I'm going to get behind because they've been around the mark and
Everyone
got
gets
there for a while.
behind in
But
San
I don't
Fran,
know.
isn't it? The gay capital of the gay state of America. They're all behind.
I just don't know anything about it this year. So what's your thoughts? Do you know a bit about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I think, I mean, I'm not going for, I guess you got to go for San Fran because they haven't won in a minute. And like Hamo, who I'm on like the flog cabin with, like, you know, his 49ers, but like he's bullshit 49. Like,
Why?
He kind of knows what's going on.
Yeah.
But I can't talk because we went to the Cass on Monday to watch the game.
Yeah.
And I was late because I got so wrecked on Sunday that I
Yeah.
slept through all my alarms. He
Yeah.
was like, if you don't turn up after I've got here at fucking 7 a.m. because of Perth's stupid time zone, I'm like, I'm coming, shut the fuck up.
What's that, 9 or 10 in Sydney time?
Yeah, exactly. Here it's like 4:30 a.m. and 7:30 a.m. It's like, oh, you gotta want it.
Yeah.
I think you probably pick the Chiefs just because you can't pick against Patrick Mahomes.
I think we say can't pick against Taylor Swift.
So, I mean, there's that whole thing like the NFL, like it's scripted and like whatever, and like they've played a fucking blinder.
Yeah, because
49ers big
to win,
international fan base, and then Taylor Swift is there.
Yeah, because to win, who was up 17-0, and then the
Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions.
Eminem's team.
24-7. They're up 17, and like, man, it was so brutal. I was going for the Lions, like as if you can't. It's Detroit.
Yeah.
Let them have something.
Yeah.
You know, let them have like. A Detroit house costs like $5,000 because it's a fucking nightmare.
You see Eminem in the crowd for that one?
Nah.
Yeah, apparently like flipped off. The 49ers fans chanting. He's like, go fuck yourself. Like, he's fucking furious. They fucked up.
Yeah, the whole crowd started singing "Lose Yourself."
Yeah, right.
Well, in San Fran. It was in San Fran.
Is there
so
more
they
money for San Fran to be in it than Detroit for the NFL?
Definitely.
Okay.
I mean, like, the better story is the Lions, but, like, the 49ers are the much more storied franchise.
Right.
Like, you know, it'd be like Western Bulldogs. Like, you know, people would want them to win. Like, you know, they're, like, small club, poor place, blah, blah, blah. And then just, like, fucking Carlton's in it.
Yeah.
I just got told, because I did, I don't know enough about NFL. I just got told that the coach made some pretty rough decisions.
Detroit coach?
Well,
he was playing too aggressive, too offensive.
Look, I'm not hearing slander against my boy Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, very
name.
scary looking man.
Yeah.
But yeah, he went for it on fourth down a bunch of times, which the analysts will always tell you to do because analytics, they say you're more likely to make it in a field goal and you get the chance of going to score up as opposed to like a field goal. Blah, 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 NFL nerd shit. But they don't account for momentum. They don't account for the fact you're in the NFC Championship. Your team hasn't been in a playoff for like hasn't won a playoff since 1991. I think it was Detroit before this run they went on. Like there was this great. I thought this thing on like Reddit. It was like, yeah, Detroit. I just texted my dad saying the Detroit Lions won a playoff game. The last time they won, there was no text. You couldn't text someone that.
32
you
years
had
ago.
to fax them.
Wow.
Like that's how long it's been. And like I don't think he accounted for that. But the only thing he did was like actually bad clock management at the end of the game where they ran on the third down when they had to throw because the time it put on the clock meant they wasted a timeout, which meant they had to get an onside kick, which you basically never required.
Right. So that's
big NFL nerd stuff.
I mean, as an NFL coach, you should know when to stop the clock, when to run the clock. It seems pretty basic.
Even as a Madden enthusiast,
that's where I learned how to. That's where I learned the rules of NFL.
Yeah,
Madden 64.
Yeah.
Madden 64. Jesus.
The graphics
like, what
on
the
that
fuck?
must have been something. Does this player black or white? I just know he's fast.
So he's black. At the time, I was like, "What is happening?" I was just trying to figure it out. And I ended up learning all the downs, all the fucking, all the rules. Still had no idea what the fuck the plays were about. I can't like read it. Like some people are like, I can tell when they're going to blitz because they fucking stack it. But like other than that, I'm like, I don't. What's going on?
Like the analysts are like saying this shit, like, yeah, you ran the deep coverage, and you saw the thing, and it was a fake, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
But then if they watched the game of AFL, we'd be like, they're pressing up and they're pushing this, and they'd be like, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw a special on a guy the other day. Sorry, you go.
Oh no, I was going to say, I'm a Sydney AFL fan, so I don't know. I know the stereotype about us, and I lean into it. It's just like someone gets tackled, Sydney yells ball, regardless of the situation, and I'm right there.
Yeah. Sydney are miserly. They are fucking. Actually, they've got a bit more attacking this year, but they are miserly. They're fucking staunch. They play really good defense.
They're just one of those teams. Like I think. Like, because I follow the Jets in the NFL, who are a joke.
Yeah.
And I follow the Sydney Roosters.
Are you a Gary V fan?
No. People say that. I've never wanted motivation in my life. But I'm upset most of the time. But like Jets are like terrible, whereas the Roosters are kind of like the cunt franchise in the NRL because like they got all the money and they win and like whatever. Whereas like the Swans are just a great follow.
Yeah,
they have success.
The Bloods.
They're like good culture.
Yeah.
Like,
Blood culture
like
is incredible.
Yeah, the Bloods is like...
It's fucking incredible.
And they're never really down the bottom. Yeah, even this year, they were third from the bottom and they nearly came back and played finals.
They did play finals.
We did play finals.
Yeah.
Swans?
Yeah. I watched them.
Oh, yeah, they got beat by Carlton.
Carlton, I was at the game.
That's right, yeah.
That was my first ever
Well, there you go.
game.
Yeah, they came back. And
that was my first ever game at the MCG.
Yeah.
How was?
Yeah.
Good? You enjoyed it?
Yeah, 96,000 people down to the... Carlton only won by 5 points or something in the end? Or?
Was that when Sydney got up by a few goals? And then
got up by a goal. Got up by a couple of
that's
points or something just right at the end.
That was a ripper game, actually, now that you mention it. I remember.
Yeah, it was awesome. But then, I mean, I was so stoked that was my first ever game to watch. Yeah. You know, I was wearing the blue scarf, even though I'm an Eagles supporter, and I was getting around it. It was fucking awesome. And then the next week, I was in Italy, actually, and watching the Carlton versus Melbourne.
Was it Carlton Melbourne? Is it the one Carlton Brisbane where Carlton got up by?
Nah.
It was Carlton Melbourne. Yeah.
Carlton Melbourne, and they won with like 10 to 15 seconds left, kicked the goal, and I was like, it's so bad that I feel like I've been robbed because the week after was even better, but it was still an incredible fucking game.
Oh, yeah, Melbourne beat Carlton.
Carlton beat Melbourne in an incredible one, and then Carlton ended up losing to
Brisbane because they got up by 4
Collingwood.
goals or 5 goals.
Carlton lost to Collingwood.
Was it?
In the end, in the prelim.
I thought they were up by 5 goals against Brisbane and
Brisbane.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
There we go.
Correct.
Surely, I would have remembered
Collingwood.
Collingwood
Yes,
in a fucking final.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what we wanted.
Melbourne would have
That's
been
what
torn
we wanted.
apart.
Yeah, it was.
The famous rivalry, Dave Hughes versus Peter Hellier. Who's coming out on top?
No, it was
What
that's what everyone was hoping for, a Carlton Collingwood grand final, and it would have been fucking incredible. But I remember watching I was in Sorrento, and it was Collingwood versus GWS.
Yeah,
And
that was a belter game as well.
yeah, there was one Irish pub that opened at like 9 o'clock in the morning to show it. And so it just filled with just fucking a heap of Aussies at 9 o'clock in the morning. Irish pub of all places. And it was just all Collingwood
Well, they're all
supporters.
fucking here, so.
and then I think it was someone's mother-in-law. One of the mother-in-laws there was just like, nah, fuck Collingwood, I'm going for GWS. And I was like, you need to. Matt and Carly, who I was at, they were like, you need to shut the fuck up. They are into this.
Yeah.
All right. Irish conspiracy.
Okay, here we go.
I want to know if this exists here, because in Sydney, this is just an irrefutable fact.
Okay.
The stop slow sign ladies,
Yep.
Irish,
Right.
100% of the time. Is that the same here?
No, they're mentally handicapped here. So
What?
Irish.
So what,
yeah,
both signs of the sign say slow?
Yeah. Nah.
For real?
Yeah, Aussie chicks and Māori girls.
Fuck.
And yeah.
I was just wondering, because like I watched The Departed the other night, and I'm like,
Right.
maybe fucking Jack Nicholson's involved.
Yeah.
Because like in Sydney, it is 100. Like I promise you,
Yeah.
100% of traffic controllers, because that's their fucking. They're not stop slow girls.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Traffickers.
They get upset with traffickers. That's a different nationality entirely.
Hey.
Well, that's your driver, the Uber guy.
Yeah.
So they've got a monopoly on it.
Dude, it's crazy. Like
Wow.
I don't know when it started. At some point throughout like my kind of like teenage years, I just started picking up on it, and I've spoken to them, and they're like, yeah, they just come out. It's like really good cash in hand money.
Yeah.
And like that, it's Irish chicks. Like I've never seen anyone else do it.
Yeah, right.
In Sydney for a decade.
Must be Sydney. Because all the Irish here are scaffolders, even the women, or like bartenders. But yeah, no, the monopoly on stop slow. We are very diverse.
Dude.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
we got fat guys, we got Irish girls.
I've never been to Ireland.
Yeah,
ever.
no,
Is it-
apparently
is
it's
it good?
unreal. Have you been?
Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah.
I did
Gig there or just went for like a?
Yeah, I've done some shows.
Yeah.
I've done like Northern Ireland,
Yeah.
where I called them British and almost got in a lot of
Oh.
trouble because I thought I was being polite, and they're like, no. You're like, "What the fuck?" And then like the Republic of Ireland, the good one.
Yeah.
I'm Catholic. Go fuck yourself. But like, that was really fun as well. I spent a Christmas there, like in the Midlands.
Okay.
Which is like the bit where they're all gross.
Yeah, well, same as Midland here.
Same vibe.
Yeah.
Just like, oh,
Yeah, Midland
that's
is where your break from Macca's probably lives.
okay.
Yeah.
Just like lot of fingers, one hand.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay.
Are you a Guinness fan?
Dude, Guinness Factory is like unbelievable. The Guinness here is like it tastes metallic.
Yeah.
Whereas over there, it just doesn't have that at all.
I heard there's 2 different manufacturing
Yeah,
places.
there's one like, and it's strange that the manufacturer for Australia isn't. It's not even manufactured in like Ireland, and then they add preservatives to ship it. It's done in like Singapore or something like that, and then they ship it to Australia. So it's but apparently it's the water in Ireland that they use, the stream they come from.
That's why all beers taste different in different countries.
Right.
Because the water they brew them with, because water is actually like a high percentage of the.
Yeah.
I know this sounds like I'm some
No,
fucking
yeah,
loser with a bathtub in my basement. Doing my little home
It's not
brew.
the only thing in the basement.
Yeah, my secrets.
Yeah.
But, I'm not a microbrew guy at all, so I just know that because Beck's in Germany is actually decent.
Yeah.
Whereas like Beck's here is garbage.
Yeah.
Like that's a beer that had like a run. And now it's just disappeared.
It's
right?
like Heineken in fucking it did have a run.
Right, remember, it's just like people were like, get a Beck's.
Yeah,
mate.
I love the Beck's for a
Whereas
while.
like now everyone's like, no, I'm not having that.
They could taste the water.
Well, it's Heineken in Amsterdam, like the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or better or worse?
Better.
Way
Yeah.
better.
Because it'll be the water wherever you're getting your water from, the sediments, the minerals, the concentrate. If we're adding shit to it,
Exactly. They'd probably
Yeah.
add the same thing regardless of where you are, and it's
Yeah.
like made for that specific water taste.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like, I don't know what's going on with Perth water, man. I've never had this memory before, but like chlorinated.
Oh, that keeps us under control.
Mate,
Keeps
it's
us
so
subdued.
It's so bad. Of recent times, I've noticed just how, like, if I have a shower, how dry my skin comes out after a shower.
Is
Like
it like-
fucking scabby almost. It's bad.
I mean, yeah, we can
yeah.
we can see what's happened.
Yeah. This is the
Just
result.
been having a lot of showers recently. But like, is there like a thing that's happened? Like, is there like is there like any
Not
kind of
that
like Perth people going around being like, you hear what they're doing in the fucking water, man?
Well, there's a lot of meth in the water. Honestly,
There is.
There
but-
is. So it could be getting.
Wait, you guys are kidding about that?
No. Yeah. It's
that's
like
how
there's
they figure
traces.
out-
Yeah.
That's how they figure out how much meth use is. They take samples from our wastewater systems.
Right.
So they know where there's a lot of meth being used.
And there's just a lot in general.
A lot in the wastewater.
But we're
Yeah.
also like,
That's why I'm trying to evaporate it off and resell it.
it's just spitballing. I'm assuming like our systems have been around for a while and they're just slowly getting worse and worse, and they have to add more and more chlorine and chemicals to clean it. Maybe
I'm not sure. I don't know. It could be because there's a lot more desal happening.
maybe
We've had new desal plants opening up. So,
Okay.
So what's that?
as opposed to aquifers?
Desalination. That's like salt water.
Yeah.
So is what using ocean?
Yes.
Really?
Turning salt water into fresh water. Yeah.
Ah.
So we're moving away from our aquifers, from my brief knowledge as a science teacher.
Okay.
But I
But
fucking like that. Aquifers.
yeah.
And I was not expecting to hear that. I'm not expecting to hear that
Yeah.
any day.
You
That
can
is
fact check me on that, but I
interesting.
know that we've started to get a lot more of our water from desalination plants, because originally it was took too much energy and the costs were too high. Now they've been able to bring the process down. It surprised me. And
But it's
reusing wastewater, but to do that they need to fucking bomb the shit out of it with chemicals to turn our wastewater into drinking water.
Well, like my parents who live overseas, when they come here, they're like, "What the fuck?" Like they just come out and they got like psoriasis starts popping up and shit like that. So
it could be the sun.
Yeah.
The hole in our ozone layer.
There must be like, I know they clean it, so they have to use some chemicals to clean it. So
you don't hear too much about the hole in our ozone layer anymore, do you?
Isn't it closing? I thought it was closing.
No.
I thought it was closing back up.
I didn't know it could do that.
yeah. That's what I had. I'd read that. I
It's
think
because of the carbon tax, man. We've solved it. We fixed the hole.
wasn't an explanation was the emissions had created
Plugged it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done the right thing.
Yeah, by polluting the planet, we've plugged the hole.
Just like the Simpsons thing with Mr. Burns with every disease in the doorway.
Yeah.
Like that's the ozone layer. It's like we've done everything wrong, but we have solved it.
What? Like, how can there be a hole? It's a fucking.
Well, because it's the chemicals going up and reacting. I mean, this is me fucking trying to regurgitate
Yeah,
year 9 science. I just have the word CFC flashing.
Yep.
And I was like, what is that?
Fluorocarbons.
Oh, there we go. I was like, I have no idea what it stands for.
Yeah.
But, aerosol,
But
breaks
why
it up.
Australia?
Man-made.
Why there? Is there like
Because we fucking stink.
Because we are the Lynx Africa capital of the world.
That's the hit.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it
Just
is.
Just another
It's the
thing we've
byproduct.
taken from black people.
It's the byproduct of the water that we're cleaning.
Fuck, that's funny.
But-
We had some Lynx Africa in here the other day.
I like the smell of it, man. I don't care what you say.
Was it yours? Is that
No,
I like the smell of it. It's
Yeah.
fine, but it
it's
just
probably one of the better out of the links.
it just reminds me of high school. That's all.
Yeah.
100%.
I love it.
Yeah.
Speaking of conspiracies, there was an NFL one, and it's just been disproven. But every year, the script,
The trophy.
yeah,
Fuck yeah, dude.
the colours,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you mean? What's this? Explain.
So you want to tell it? You're
So
the NFL fan.
basically, like the NFL trophy, they kind of have the graphic every year, like Super Bowl. I think it's 58 this year or something.
Yeah.
And like they have just colors in the graphic, and like the last 4
Yeah,
years,
3 or 4. Yeah,
like the colors in that graphic are the same jerseys that the teams who are playing in it wear.
yeah.
So-
So they think it's scripted, so they know who's going to win it.
Like
by
you're
the end of the
releasing this
year.
ahead of time,
Yeah,
and it's like
like the
colours-
Satanists, they're telling you what's going to happen. But this year was purple and
think?
purple and red.
Yes.
So they thought it was going to be the Chiefs or
No,
San
the Ravens.
Francisco and the Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah.
But that got the Ravens aren't in it.
The Ravens aren't in. Purple's
I
out.
was going to load up
Maybe.
Honestly, I was going to put money.
Yeah, but maybe they got to a point where they started to. They're onto us. So we better change the script last minute.
That could be true.
Well, the NFL's lent into it because, man, if you're ever looking at like just a sporting franchise, like, you know, who just get it, like the NFL, man, just like filming everything forever. They've got NFL films. They've got like thousands of hours of stuff with that fucking Patriot fucking America shit.
Because there's like 150 players on each team.
Yeah.
You've got so many fucking...
Did you watch Quarterback?
Yeah, of course.
Did you like it?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was like just such a classic. It bugs me to death, the Netflix documentaries about like golf and tennis and NFL players where like you start to feel bad for some of the participants.
Yes.
And I'm like, all these cunts are on a minimum $5 million a year.
Yeah,
Like, you're seeing like two golfers lamenting that like they might not win another major while they're in the top 5 in the world on a private jet. And you're like, fuck, is Brooks Koepka going to be okay? Yes, he'll be fine. He'll be absolutely fine. If he never does anything ever again, he has infinite money.
He's won the Powerball.
Yeah, 100%.
What is quarterback? I haven't even heard about this yet.
They follow 3 quarterbacks?
Yeah, Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and what's his name? Fuck, the guy who...
Lamar Jackson?
No, the guy who fucked it.
What's
his... Oh my God, the Hawaiian guy.
Yeah.
Fucked it this year or last year?
Marcus Mariota.
Yeah,
Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
Sounds Mexican.
Mate, it's so it's actually I don't know if they filmed 4 or 5 of them and then just chose the 3 that worked well because it was all.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because it was 3 very different ones. So there was the Patrick Mahomes who ended up winning the Super Bowl.
Who's he? Chiefs?
Chiefs. He's the best player in the NFL.
Yeah.
Right. Is that just?
Yeah. Is that because he's white?
He's half.
Is he?
Half player, yeah.
Is he one of the only...
He's the one that
There's
sounds
not many
like...
black super quarterbacks, hey?
That's changing.
Right.
That's changing significantly. Like even when I started watching, like maybe 5 years ago, like there wasn't like that many, but like now there's quite a few.
I always
He's the one
thought
that
that was
sounds
interesting.
exactly
Like, why was all the quarterbacks white and the rest of the team's black?
Well, do you want some of that?
Yeah.
As a quarterback, you start playing it from a young age, and the other thing is why are quarterbacks quite good looking generally, and it's because they start playing this position as kids.
Yeah.
And like everyone sucks.
Yeah.
Because they're children playing sport.
Yeah.
So the coach just kind of subconsciously says like, oh, you could be quarterback to like the best looking.
Right.
Kind of like
sounds like an
whatever.
Epstein clause.
Right.
Because generally it's also the tallest.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just kind of like good looking, kind of like tall guy. And I assume like, and you know, correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of white coaches in these like kind of like, you know, lower leagues, high school, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're just picking a white kid.
Subconscious racism.
Yeah. Unconscious bias.
Yeah, because I saw a little Instagram reel on is his name Lamar Jackson, the
Lamar
guy from
Jackson.
Baltimore Ravens?
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, and they're saying, oh, he's fucking dumb. He doesn't know how to read a playbook, and like he won the Heisman Trophy and then went pick 32. No one wanted him. It's all this other shit about it, and it's like, well, why? Because why can't he read a playbook? Like,
I mean,
if you've done it your whole life.
well, that's the thing. They with Lamar Jackson, they wanted to draft him. A lot of teams wanted to draft him as a wide receiver because he's so fast.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I'm a fucking quarterback.
Yeah.
And they're like, at the NFL level, you're not a quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, you can't throw and like all this kind of stuff. And like,
It proved him wrong.
Yeah, he's going to win the MVP again.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And he's great. Like, don't be wrong. He has like problems. Like all This is the thing about quarterback that I love. Like, there's 32 teams in the NFL, right? And there's 32 quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks. And out of the 32 starting quarterbacks, there's maybe 10 good ones.
That's weird.
And the other 22 are terrible.
How?
And this is a country of like 330 million people. That's how hard the position is.
Is that just due to how extremely talented the fucking linebackers are and the
Everyone
people
so
trying
much
to kill them?
pressure. You got the biggest, strongest, fastest.
It would be scary having a 6'9", 200-kilo cunt. I believe that's Mr. Gilmore's just running at you.
And so having to make the decisions under pressure, trying to execute what you've already planned. Fuck, we have to do an audible and change that last minute. Like, fuck, and under the pressure, under the lights, under the TV.
And you got to keep your eyes downfield as like all those other cunts are just coming around here.
With
You're praying that your
with a helmet
defensive
on.
linebacks are...
Like, think about like when you've got sunglasses on, or you feel a bit hindered by like your vision.
Or when you're pissy driving.
You've got a helmet on. You know what I mean? Like, you've got a helmet on, and it's how do you really?
So do the stop slow girls.
So it's just it must be So
Do they always wear a helmet, eh? They never not wear a helmet? Always.
Yeah.
Everyone else is wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
I was just thinking cricket. Like sometimes I have it on, sometimes off.
Is the spin quarterback coming on? Yeah. Get the helmet off, put the cap on, fucking sweep the cunt. You'll be good.
So it's like I went into that thinking all the quarterbacks were not pussies, but they were the
That's why they're good looking because they don't really get hit that much and they're protected.
No, they get hit a fuck ton.
Really?
So much.
Because they always slide like a bitch, right? Why?
No, in that period, so they don't injure themselves because if you don't have a quarterback, you're fucked. But they still get hit 48 other times when they're not running.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't look that hard, and then you realise that the person just kind of like giving them a little shoulder is, as you said, like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
And they can also run like a 40 in like 4.7 seconds.
And then
like,
imagine you're throwing like this.
Yeah,
and
just
you're open.
Yeah.
So, even that.
Like, say what you want about slavery, it has produced some great NFL players. That's everyone's 6'12", fast as fuck, pure muscle, just running, man.
Where's the...
No, don't you know the theory about the slaves would the slave owners would
I'm gonna let you dig.
They would breed for the strongest slaves.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then they've obviously since slavery is abolished, which we all know is a good thing.
Right. I'm glad we've just
I'm gonna bring the audience back. Slavery's bad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm trying to do an Amos Gill here. You say a shocking statement and then you come back and bring it back around.
Back to eugenics. We good on this?
Yeah. But then like the genes and genetics have been passed on, and you've got all these super athletes.
Are you guys like into like Bill Burr from like way back? He's got this joke about this exact thing where it's like the commentator in the NFL talking about like, you know, the black athlete versus the white athlete, and just like the other people in the booth just sliding just like, hey man, nice working with you, keep that seat warm.
You both left me wide open. If I was a quarterback, I'm getting plowed right
I'm not playing with this one.
It's just awesome to do a podcast, know exactly which bit's getting edited. Like precisely the bit.
We'll be keeping it in.
Oh, it's But
like you guys
just try to clip it up.
You guys cut back to me, and I've just got like a Black Lives Matter shirt on. And I do not agree with what happened over there. That was fucking no, thank you.
But yeah, mate, when you see them open and they get hit, and there's that one episode where Kirk Cousins gets fucking just smashed for. I don't know, like a whole game, and he's only just recovered from Monday night footy, and they're playing like 5 days later, or 6 days later, and fuck.
I saw a clip the other day. One of the blokes, they were playing to win, and he got hit, and his shoulder was fucked. And he's like, I can throw it.
Oh, Matthew Stafford? That one where he runs down the field, he's like shoulders like basically
like, I can throw one, and they get it to him, and he throws it, and they get a touchdown.
And then they get the touchdown, and it just falls on the ground. He's like, fuck! He's like in agony.
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
It's amazing what you can do under the adrenaline. When the adrenaline's fucking pumping, but it's after. Like, I know with my shoulder, I used to I dislocated it quite a lot during footy. And so during the game, it became actually so sloppy that it would just like fucking fall out, and I could pop it back in, and there'd be this initial agony when it pops out. You pop it back in, then your arm goes a bit numb and feels achy, but you can sort of
give yourself a stranger.
you can get through the pain. You can get through it. Temporarily, chuck up a couple more painkillers and get through. And then at the end of the game and the next 2 or 3 days, you're just the adrenaline's gone. The initial and you're fucking in agony. You can't move. You can't recover it. And so when you see like those guys, it's literally adrenaline. Yeah, but it's literally adrenaline just getting through. And then once that adrenaline's gone,
we say adrenaline. It's probably some form of like undetectable painkiller.
I never had anything. You're just literally adrenaline.
Yeah, but these guys, like, there was someone was quoted about it. Yeah, we got a great diet. Like the West Indies guy who like won the cricket. Like the 7 things, like he's fucked his toe. Yeah, and the guy's like, we got a great doctor. I don't know what he did. Like that was literally the quote.
That was the first thing I was like, I know what he did.
The doctor's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like you can't be telling them.
Fuck, what a win.
Was so good.
That bloke was bowling with guavas and lemons.
Mate,
and 5 months later, he's bowling out Australia.
It's the first time I've not cheered against Australia, but was like quite like, come on, West Indies. This is like really exciting to see a young side that everyone wrote off come up against the best team in the world. They come up against the best. You just want money.
Honestly, I wish I had money. They would have been paying like 30 to 1, man.
Yeah.
Like 50 to 1.
They would have been paying a fair bit. But they're like...
I've never been like a gambling guy, and I'm always very jealous of anyone who can look at a sporting event and be like, oh, mate, the fucking odds on that.
Right.
Where was I?
I know. I get very frustrated.
It was so I don't know, endearing to watch.
Yeah.
They were just so like we're just I'm not going to do the accent.
No, yeah, go on. What do they do? Go. What do they say? Yeah, man.
We're just here to have a good time, man.
Edit this out. That's fucked. Can't believe you're trying to sound like they actually sound.
Have you ever seen those old school cricket documentaries where it was like the white guys on the West Indies who had that accent?
No.
They're just like people whiter than me, just being like, yeah, man, we played a good game out there. The boys really came together, man.
Yeah.
And just like, is this racist?
Yeah, I mean,
it's in black and white, but I'm pretty sure you're white.
Well, I couldn't give a fuck about doing the West Indian accent. I just can't do it. So it's just...
Well, it's like the guy. There was a white guy that got raised in China, and he.
Fuck off!
I swear, man, you should see the clip. He's a blonde hair white kid, and he talks like, "Oh yeah, we learned in China," and he talks with a Chinese accent because he got brought up speaking Mandarin. So the way he speaks English is the same way, but when he moved to England, they all thought he was being racist, but that's just how he talks.
But he is actually now one of England's highest grossing comedians. He's done really, really well for himself. Ever since he got that excuse in place, and they were like, wait, he can do the accent because I want to fucking hear it.
This is it. The Singaporean kid.
Really?
Yeah, so I'll play the...
9 years, and then before that? 2 years in China, then some more got 5 years in the States. In local schools, only blonde person hard to do anything. Always stand out one. China, same thing. They call me Jing Fa. Jing Fa, golden hair. Golden hair.
They call him Jing Fa because he's got golden hair.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He looks
Norwegian.
He looks like he looks definitely Scandinavian.
He looks like they've done some kind of experiment to see like, oh yeah, can we make someone Super Saiyan? Is that a possibility? And then fucking there he is.
Yeah, he's just about to go, come here.
Like, actually, mate, that's Japanese. That's a bit racist. Yeah. So close.
If you're going to be racist, get it right.
Yeah, you got to be specific these days. That's what I
fuck. Back to the NFL. Who do you think's going to win that one, in your opinion?
Oh, Chiefs. It's got to be Chiefs.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes. You just can't. You just like the best player. Like for some reason, I think in NFL more than any other sport, the team with the best player, like they, especially quarterback. Like it's just such a crucial position compared to any position in any other sport. You just can't bet against it.
Yeah, who's the toughest quarterback? Who's the guy that didn't give a fuck and could slide and was a beat that wouldn't slide?
Well, Lamar Jackson, man, fucking comes at you pretty hard. Josh Allen is another one. Okay. He's on the Bills. He's like 6'5".
Yeah, right.
And he's huge, and like they don't let him run during the regular season just because like you get injured.
Yeah.
During the playoffs, he's just fucking bulldozing. Like
who was the bloke that did he win? Roethlisberger?
Oh, Ben Roethlisberger.
Was he a beast as well? Or was he?
He's like a big guy, but he wasn't mobile.
Right. I just remember him being like big.
Oh yeah,
Big Ben is 6'6".
Yeah.
6'7".
Even like Tebow. Have you watched that? Is it Swamp?
What happened to Tebow? Did he get cancelled for being Christian, or did he just go shit?
He just isn't good.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. Like quarterback is so hard.
Right.
Like he went to the NFL, had one good playoff run, and then like basically never started again.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane. I thought he was like the Lord was playing through him.
Yeah.
And then he kept kneeling for the Lord before the Black Lives Matter kneels.
Yeah.
Right. And then next season, I honestly thought he was too Christian and they fucked him off.
There's no such thing as too Christian in America. This is fucking America, man.
Yeah.
The only thing you can be is not Christian.
Yeah,
That's a huge problem.
Was it Swamp Kings?
Swamp Kings, about the Gators, Florida Gators.
Fuck, that was...
So
I
good.
like that, but they just...
What's that got to do with Tebow?
He was the guy.
He was there...
He was the quarterback they brought in.
Fuck, I thought you were talking about Swamp People, the TV show.
No,
Do you remember Swamp People?
No.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, just like basically
The guys on the bayou?
the deliverance people, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Yeah, I used to love that.
Really?
You ever watch it? It was literally like their job was to go hunt gators, and the whole thing would be about them
What's
going
the
out,
other one
getting
about-
gators.
What's that? The other one. It's not Swamp People, but it's similar. It's like the Hillbillies.
Duck Dynasty?
Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, so it's the river version of Duck Dynasty. Even though ducks Yeah, that's a lake version. So
Where's
the
Duck-
river.
where's
I
Duck
love that you're
Dynasty?
thinking ducks are looking at rivers being like, not for
No,
us.
not for us. Well,
Not for us, boys.
There's some gators in it there.
Did I
But it was
see
so funny
as well
'cause the
that-
swamp people would like the guy, the main guy. He's like French Mississippian or whatever, the bayou, and he would act like the gators were trying to outsmart him. He's like, yeah, that gator down there, he's the smart one. Well, come on, I call him Crocozilla. I'm going to catch him. He thinks he's smarter than me. I'm going to go find him. It's like, no, you can't. Like, the gator's just out there wanting to eat, and you're shooting him in the head. Like,
Have
there is
you-
no...
Have you heard the Trumpiest thing that's ever been suggested? Is Trump actually suggested, and I think it's kind of funny, is that the border, the
Put
wall,
gators in the border.
make a moat around the wall
That's a brilliant
full
idea.
of gators.
Of gators.
That's a great idea.
It's a good idea.
It's the Trumpiest Trumpism I've ever heard, and it's kind of incredible.
Dude, you don't have to pay them.
Yeah.
They get free food for
which
anyone trying to cross the border.
Americans love, by the way. They hate paying people. It's their least favorite.
Yeah, so the southern border, he wants to put gators in a moat
Oh, I
around
thought you meant like the
wall.
whole way around.
No,
so
just
like
around
in
the-
Canada, there's these like ice skaters like just coming at you real slow because they're lizards. They're like, fuck.
Have you seen what happens to gators in the ice?
No.
When it freezes, they put their snout above and their whole body freezes and shuts down, and they just literally become a gatorsicle. And then once it defrosts, they come back to life again.
No.
Yeah, bro, it's nuts.
So they just like hibernate in an ice cube.
Correct. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. There's like video of it. It's nuts. Yeah, when it gets cold, like there was a guy that had a gator farm, and there's just these frozen gators, and then when it would
This is quite possibly the greatest thing I've ever heard in
Yeah.
my life.
I mean, I just like the idea of a gator farm. You just got the kelpie trying to round them up. It's like, yeah, get him. Just barking at him. The gator's like, the fuck?
So they just put their nose up so they can breathe.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and their body just shuts down. Here we go. Frozen gators still alive.
So it's like the things on.
Down here, you can see the entire body of the alligator, but most importantly, look at his snout.
That's
He just
frozen?
pushed his snout up so he can,
Oh my
so he can get
God.
oxygen, he can breathe.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So you can like stand on top of a frozen gator,
And be
Yeah.
like,
do your little T-bow, and then keep moving.
they
Yes.
hiss, hey. They hiss. But they're.
Yeah, and they like grunt.
So, I mean, I'm not going to go and take on a gator, but are they less dangerous than crocodiles?
No.
I don't know.
Well, if they're still big, they'll still get you. But
Yeah.
Big's
I
big.
think crocodiles are more dangerous because they're
The crocs
just
get
bigger.
bigger.
Yeah.
Like saltwater crocs get bigger. Because
Yeah.
some of those like gators like down there, like they get fucking
Pretty
wild
big.
as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like as Australians, we just kind of assume
Have to
Yeah.
that our animals are the most dangerous. And
Correct.
we're not.
You know, the most dangerous animal in Australia is husbands.
Hey.
In the most dangerous animal on the earth is a hippo, isn't it?
Yes.
Responsible for more
Yeah, most
deaths.
dangerous animal in Africa.
Yeah, in Africa.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you don't count the mosquito.
Oh, there's that education coming
There we
through.
go.
That is the most deadly animal on the planet, isn't
Yeah.
it? Responsible for more deaths. That's crazy.
Oh, Obama was pretty deadly.
Bringing drone strikes in. Classic. The twists and turns we've taken here.
But yeah. So what? Tebow was Swamp King. That was his nickname.
and it's such a good. I loved the series,
Really fun.
but they just skipped over the whole. Who was the
Urban Meyer?
the murderer?
Coach? The murderer. Aaron Hernandez.
And Aaron Hernandez.
Was he in that team?
Yeah, he was. So they sort of just brushed over his.
Can you guys give us a thing on that? Because I heard he was gay and then murdered someone.
I don't
Is that
know if
right?
the gay thing was
No, I'm not
a
sure
huge
about.
part of the narrative.
Or was he abused?
No, it was just kind of crazy. I
Yeah.
think like he was just like they say like CTE or just like whatever.
Yeah.
I love that now. It's just like an ex-athlete does something crazy. It must have been CTE. Like, I think they're just some psychos, and they probably get into tackling people for a living. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just me.
Where can I inflict the most damage?
100%.
Legally, I can try to kill this cunt. That's awesome.
But that's it's such aside from that sort of brushing over that. But I understand why they didn't really talk too much about that. But
It is funny, like with the NFL, there's like the Aaron Hernandez thing. Like was a very good player for like a brief period. You just kind of like see him like in the back of like some other people's highlights, and they move on.
Yeah.
And it's the same with like any WWE stuff. It's just like, is that Chris Benoit? Oh, not anymore. Just checking.
Just blurred out like a Japanese
checking in.
porno.
Like, just like you just see him in the back, like celebrating like some other guy's thing, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
fuck.
What did happen to Chris Benoit? Yeah, but for Hernandez was on the same team as Tebow
Yeah. And
at the same time.
Yeah.
In college.
So you had a Christian and a murderer, and he couldn't
I don't know if you know about Christians. A lot of them
Yeah.
You could speak to some other religions and they tell you long history.
There was plenty of there was actually quite a few NFL players in that team, their captain and stuff there. So it's a 6 series. I had a watch. Right. It's good. It's like 6 episodes. I watched it on the plane on the way to Austria.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was
Speaking
awesome.
of murders, this morning I saved it. There was a guy who decapitated his dad in America, and he's now a self-proclaimed president. I saved the video.
Self-proclaimed president?
Yeah.
Appointed himself president of America?
It's pretty funny, yeah.
And our freedoms we are fighting for. This is our children's futures we are fighting for. Joe Biden is no longer in power. I am now officially the acting president of America under martial law. If Joe Biden does not abdicate, then capture him and bring him to me in Pennsylvania. This is America.
So he's decapitated his dad and then posted that.
You got to feel sorry for the Crystal Method, having their song just underneath that, just like part of that highlight.
I thought you meant because of what Crystal Meth made him do. It's such like the Crystal Methodist. I thought we'd gone from Christian to feeling sorry.
I'm just always like, man, just don't put music under it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna have your psycho TikTok, just leave
don't
it
put Club
silent.
to Death.
Yeah.
2.7 million.
Oh my Lord.
And it's just like me, like for me to be like, if that guy's there just wearing like a full red Adidas tracksuit, I'm like, come on, man. Like, why do you have to do this to me now? Like, I'm not a part of it.
I like that you got the summer version.
Man, I thought, just a bit of professionalism.
Yeah, it's good.
But, I can't believe I don't want to, Perth weather, how boring, but like, I was like, oh, it's going to be cooler today. It was like 9 a.m. when I woke up, 35. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Impossible.
Well, it's that hole in the ozone layer got plugged. So
we plugged it up, kept the heat in.
Yeah.
It is so hot today, tomorrow, and yesterday. It's just fucking...
What do you guys do? You guys do any? Is there like a method that I'm unaware of as a foreigner?
Just live here.
Yeah,
we're like the reverse gators.
My go is
you put your snout in the water and you try and drown. You're like,
get to the beach early. Always get to the beach early. Sea breeze hasn't come in anyway, so that's always good. Get to the beach early before it gets too hot. Then get home and fucking aircon.
Yeah. I'm an idiot though. I do shit right in the middle of the heat. Like yesterday, 1 o'clock. Went for a 3K run, then we went and played basketball with Legacy. Fuck. So if I do the reverse.
But those people who live in Perth and they go to the beach at anywhere past 11 o'clock, that's fucking stupid because the sea breeze is always in, and you're gonna get these. Yeah. You're gonna get fucking skin cancers.
It's not a big deal for us.
And then if you're lucky, so today, for perfect example, it's 40 degrees or whatever it is. The sea breeze is going to be not coming in, so you can go down. You'll get a perfect little afternoon down the beach. So go down about.
How do you
6,
know
7
that?
o'clock.
I don't know that. I lived here. I still don't know how to fucking.
Because the sea breeze comes from the southerly, southwest.
Is that the breeze known as the Fremantle Doctor?
Exactly. So that one basically doesn't come in on those 40 degree days, especially if there's multiple.
Because of science.
Yeah, well, the breeze is just so strong from the east, very broadly.
So when it's hot,
is coming from the desert.
Right.
When it's cold, it's coming from the sea.
Well, yeah. Yeah, very broadly speaking. That's my weather expertise. So, if you ever want to know if the beach is going to be good, if the wind's blowing towards the beach, it's going to be magnificent.
Yeah, but I don't know how to know if the wind's blowing towards the beach because I'm not at the beach.
Well, you look at a tree.
Yeah, but I'm sure that the wind changes in different parts of WA.
No, not in.
Because I've been
just like a bunch of different.
There's a bunch of different vectors and land shapes.
You think over a 3 kilometre thing, the whole weather pattern.
No, but
change.
I could be in a bit where the buildings are forcing the wind to go a certain way.
If you need to look on a website, look on a website.
Maybe just do like a little Matty Lloyd kicking for goal. Just chuck it up.
Yeah.
Say,
chuck a piece of grass up.
There you go. That is perfect. Yeah. That is a perfect thing. Get your grass go like that. Oh, it's blowing towards the beach.
Okay. Well, all right. We're done.
I just look up at the trees. I've got a park across the road, so I'm like, easy.
Right. Yeah, I fucking didn't know that.
This is semi-educational. It's good stuff.
Yeah. You can get unlucky though if the sea breeze is about to come in and you're like 10 k's off the coast and it's sort of kicking in, and by the time you get there,
that's the time I'm always trying to tell. Yeah, that's why I don't know.
If it swings, just go earlier.
If I'm ever 10 k's from the coast of Perth, I'm in the back of someone's van. I've been abducted. Old mate from McDonald's has got me, and he's like, mate, heard you've been having some rough shows. Want to have a little toke on this? And I'm like, like, let's find gold. You know?
Fuck yeah.
Have you had any interesting interactions since you've been here for the Fringe shows and stuff?
Other than Crackhead?
Yeah, apart from that, yeah.
Yeah, really. And
You've
the
been
fucking
here.
Uber driver.
You come last Fringe?
Yeah, last year was the first time I came here for the Fringe. Like my weirdest one last year was I got an Uber and the guy pulled over and like he wouldn't like pull over in the bit where I wanted to pull over, so I was like go around the thing. And I was just like I was like, can you open the boot? And I was like looking annoyed that I had to like walk. I was like hot fucking tracksuit, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he gets out of the Uber and he stands next to me at the boot and he goes, do we have a problem?
What do you mean?
Like just straight up staunching me. He's like, do we have a problem? And I'm just like literally holding a thing. I'm like, what? And he's like, do we have a problem?
You're like, yeah, the boot's not open, cunt.
And I was like, no. And he's like, okay. And then got in the Uber and got kind of awkward. Like I think
So
he
before
forgot.
he picked you up?
Correct.
Oh,
It was like
what the
when
fuck?
I was getting in. And like
Maybe he was speaking broken English, like, do we have a problem? Like,
No.
can I
Like,
help you?
That's
with
a very
problem?
broad generalisation.
That's why I wasn't being. That was my
you Eastern European?
No, that was my
went
non-race
everywhere.
specific. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
in fairness, he was Eastern European. But, he definitely was like kind of not like maybe not threatening. Maybe because like I was wearing the tracksuit,
Right.
and he's like maybe this guy thinks he's like a hard case.
Yeah.
because that's how they dress. You know.
Yeah. So for people listening, your trademark tracksuit,
Red Adidas tracksuit.
Red Adidas,
With
the
red-
80s vibe.
Yeah. Just the original
three-stripe.
The original three-stripe. And like just straight up, it was real funny because my wife was there too.
Oh,
And it's just like, thank you. That's the moustache, not the tracksuit. But like, it was just weird that like I'm there with my wife, and he's like, well, clearly this guy wants to have a fist fight with me as the Uber driver, and the winner gets the car, I guess.
And the wife.
Well, obviously, that goes without saying. She's not going to stay married to me if I lose. She's not a fucking loser. Right? But yeah, it was just real strange. And then like in the car, like he got quite self-conscious, I think.
Of like,
Because like
of
he
him
kind of
realising-
realized, I've just challenged a guy who can rate me out of 5 to a fight. And I was just like, I gave him 5. You know? I was just like, maybe he's having a bad day.
Yeah.
You know?
Entertainment.
I very rarely give anyone less than a 5 unless I specifically said quiet preferred.
Do you always have
And
to
they
give a
talk.
rating? Can you just not give a rating?
You can just skip it, yeah.
Oh, can you?
I
think
think
so.
I just skip.
I remember
generally.
I had a perfect 5 until I was with a chick and she was asking me about my Fringe show and it was a female driver and I told some of my jokes in my Fringe show and the female driver was like, that's misogynistic. And then my rating went from a 5 to like a 4.3.
But that has no bearing on what sort of
She just said you should
guest
be
you
more
were in
wary of who's in the car with you.
It's just
So-
like, in my defense, I didn't realize they let women drive. I never thought to check.
I didn't realize you're a woman.
Did you see that? Did I send you that meme, the Family Guy meme yesterday?
Yeah.
About the, would
a
you
gay
want
massage.
a gay massage from a man or be operated on by a woman? A doctor. Is the doctor
Latino?
Yeah, is it Latino? No, Hispanic. From Spain? No. Oh, it's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't tell those misogynistic jokes again. It wasn't misogynistic. I was just saying that women are materialistic because they want to fuck Ed Sheeran because he's got lots of money and Hugh Hefner's 80 and he has 3 girlfriends, but Gina Reinhardt looks like Jabba the Hutt fuck Miss Piggy and there's no Calvin Klein model.
Yeah, that joke.
hanging
Yeah,
off
it
her
goes well
arm.
every time. Yeah.
Yeah, and I said...
But said out of context in an Uber.
In an Uber, she wasn't very receptive.
Can I
She
have
did look like Gina Reinhardt. So.
Dude, she loves cash, that
Yeah.
lady. She'll do anything for a bit of extra scratch. But like, I think a counterpoint to that is the reason that Gina Reinhardt doesn't have the Calvin Klein thing is because women are like, that guy isn't with me for me.
Yeah.
That guy's with me for my money, whereas dudes are able to convince themselves.
Yeah, she actually
they're like,
likes
she's
me.
not with me for my cash. she just really likes my, smoking jacket. She thinks I've got a really good personality.
I've been seeing a lot of these. My algorithm's a bit fucked
Andrew
at the moment.
Tatey.
Yeah, no, it's. I liked one thing where a video, and it's just showing me these
That Family Guy one.
No, yeah. Basically, like if you like a funny video like that, then they'll get the other stuff. But
that's when they start telling you about putting gators in the mud.
These girls,
this cunt's gonna love it.
These girls that are saying like the guy will go up to them and say, "What? How much money would your man have to earn for you to be with him?"
Yeah, I see so many of those.
And you're like, "Oh, I want them." One of them yesterday was like, "They have to earn over $5 million a year." And I'd be like, "What do you
fucking idiots, bro?
$5 million a year?
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean?"
Year?
There was a chick that looks like she's been hit by a bus, and she's like, has to be over 200,000 a year.
I mean, she's got medical expenses. That's necessary.
There's a guy that does the odds. He goes, I think it's that podcast you see where it's the women and the two guys and they're spread around, and he figures out the odds of what they're actually looking for. They're like, all right, you want a guy that makes minimum 300,000 a year. He has to be 6'4". He has to have X, Y, Z. They're like, your odds of finding this man in America are 0.00002%.
Yeah.
So there's like, this man doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So there's
a certain
one or
percentage
two
of the men on the planet are over a certain height.
Yeah.
And then
the tax bracket.
And then you have to be good looking. Then they have to get along with you.
Yeah.
Then they have to be in that tax bracket.
So he does like statistical distribution
Yes.
and narrows it
and
down.
figures out if the person that they've described, what the odds of finding them are.
I mean, I'll just be like, lady, you're after a quarterback. There's about 10 good ones in the league. Another 22 will get paid for 5 years and they're out.
And they're going to die early from CTE, so...
Or Aaron Hernandez.
So obviously you're getting that by being on this podcast. We might have some censorship issues sometimes. And we've just started on Twitter. We've just opened up a Twitter page. And we had Garbage Human on the other day. And so he was the first one we started sharing the videos of. So the algorithm that I have on our Twitter at the moment is fucked.
Yeah.
And I hate all I can't stand seeing like graphic stuff, violence.
You seen that black salve?
But I can't see it. Like it really, and I went for a little wander. And look, God bless Elon Musk for making it a bit of a place where you can fit. But there's some shit on there that needs to be, like I've seen a shooting in a car, and then I've seen these people beating up this person, and
at what
like
point
basically having a seizure, and I just like I can't watch it anymore. And I'm all for the free speech, and I'm actually for the like Elon Musk doing like, yep, let people get on there. But fuck, and I've not liked anything like this. And I'm like, oh, how is this happening? He's just
announced that he's setting up a censorship team or like a team.
That's got like, I don't want to see someone get shot in the streets.
What are you, a fucking pussy?
No, come on,
alpha, mate. You're gonna be an alpha.
No, fuck, I don't want to see it. I don't want to
see that shit.
I don't want to see someone die.
It's like I've been on Twitter for a while, and it is genuinely noticeable that now it is just this dumpster fire.
Wild West.
Like, because I don't, I don't really look for that shit on the internet. I don't really enjoy it. And like, it's just funny watching like this thing I get on my timeline now. It's just like weird fight videos, like random acts of violence,
violent
crazy
stuff,
kind of like depressing, like weird shit.
So just America.
I went out of my way. I actually typed in the search part of Twitter. I was like, I need
wholesome ducklings.
I'm not joking. I wrote wholesome. I fucking wrote wholesome. I wrote love. See, this is the thing, mate. I wrote love, and it came up with all these like
trans.
Porn.
Love is lovely.
Porn.
Really?
Came up with all these porn
for love.
For love. And I was like, okay, I need to find something. I need to feel better. I've just watched someone get shot in a car. Like I can't. This is fucked.
Shots to cum shots.
And then you put in wholesome, and it was just like triple penetration.
No, the first kid. It actually made me giggle. It was like a dwarf walking a horse, and it was I don't know.
Was it a horse or was it a pony?
No, it was a horse.
Or was it a dog?
Yeah. It's just a great day.
But they put the Curb Your Enthusiasm music to it.
Oh, that's funny. I think putting anything to Curb though is pretty good.
I laughed and giggled, and I don't know if that's bad, but anyway, it made me feel better.
What's your Twitter if people want to follow your stuff?
Oh, at Dan Muggleton. I mean, don't follow me on there. I just like I gawk at it. You know?
Yeah.
Like just every now and again, I'm just like, what's going on in here? Oh God, yuck.
I just thought like because we clearly we've spoken about some interesting things today, the slavery part, for example. But
what? That's been edited out.
If we were to clip that up, that's not going to go well. But you put that on.
You guys understand what I was fucking saying, right?
I know what you're saying.
No, I don't.
Fucking losers. Go walk a fucking horse.
Explain again, Delby.
What's your pod with Andrew is Flog Cabin.
Flog Cabin.
Did you have the mug off? Is that your pod?
No, that's just my name is Daniel Muggleton, so people associate me with it.
That's just the mug off.
They just used my name for their own selfish purposes.
And it's a different podcast?
Completely different podcast.
How annoying.
I've never even been a guest.
How annoying. Because where's that? Is that Sydney?
That's Sydney as well, yeah. Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
No,
Flog Cabin.
That's fine. I can tell by the voice.
Flog Cabin, good name. Don't worry about the mug off. Everything's fine.
Yeah, it's good. Good clips.
Yeah,
good funny banter.
We're joining the liking the cabin.
Yeah.
Because one thing I found out about Andrew Hamilton that I never he's done everything.
Yeah.
There isn't a single instance where he doesn't have a personal anecdote about it. I did a show with him
He's the new Theo.
Dude, I did a show with him here last night, and he was just like, they were talking about butt chafing. And he's like, oh, there's one time in Thailand. And I'm like, how? How is this? No. He's like, this one time in Thailand, I had butt chafing, so I just stuffed a bunch of toilet paper down my butt to help with the chafing. But then my friend dacked me in the middle of a bar. And I just found all this stuff. How can you have an anecdote ready to go about that?
I had that in Edinburgh, man. My butt was chafing because there was so much walking.
Yes.
But I didn't get dacked.
You didn't get dacked?
Fuck. Yeah, no.
Yeah, the Scottish don't believe in dacking.
No.
It's not part of the Highland Games.
Well, they can't when it's a kilt.
Dacks?
Yeah,
as well.
They reversed
that.
They lift up.
I got up dacked.
It's a cab.
It's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That was such a high school thing as well.
Bro, getting
dacking.
dacked.
Yeah.
Have you been dacked before?
Like down to dong, or like we talking down to underwear?
Either.
I think maybe in high school I got like an underwear dacking.
Yeah.
But I went to an all boys school, so if you do like a dong dacking, then you're really bringing more
An all boys school.
allegations about yourself than about you. You know what I mean? Like the dacker is the one who's going to get asked questions.
Yeah. Asked questions.
Not the dacky.
Yeah, I will never forget. I got dacked by my little brother's mate talking to a girl I had a mad crush on. I think I was talking to Chelsea Walthouse or something at the time, and fucking probably the second time I've spoken to her. And then this guy dacks me to my ankles.
Full
full
dack?
dong?
Double dack?
Initially to the ankles.
Yeah.
And then the double dack. And I just fucking stood there and I was like, fuck it. It looks pussy if I pull my shit up. So I was like, I'm going to kill him. And then I pulled my pants up. I did it like pause. I'm going to kill him. Pull my things up.
I'd be
and
the
go
instant,
beat the fuck out of him.
I'd be the instant straight back up.
I mean, how was her eye contact during the...
She didn't look down. Thank fuck.
Yeah,
because
she didn't want to partake in the analog dick pic?
not in the art, not in the original NFD. So yeah, that was. You've been dacked probably 100 times. You've dacked yourself.
Yeah, I just
you do the roo.
Yeah,
Do you know what doing the roo is?
No, I don't know what doing the roo is.
It's pretty funny. He's got a massive pair of nuts. So, and you know how there's kangaroos on the
tiny little dick.
There's kangaroos on the golf course.
Yeah.
So
I just tuck it.
Tucks it back. So he's got a big pair of roo balls.
Yeah.
And then pants down and then does
on the
hops
golf
along.
course.
Yeah.
Well,
anywhere, but I've seen it at the golf course.
All right, I was like, what a weird place to reserve that for. Like, now they're on the links, fellas. You want to see these bad boys?
Yeah. That's RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, no, the Roo is that used to come out when I was young and immature, Delby. I'm
drinking. I'm sure you did it at the time we versed the Reapers at golf.
100%. Yeah. Oh, I've done it. I reckon I did it last year. Probably.
Was there an occasion like Australia Day or?
No, it was just like it was always just a drunken thing. Like round the footy clubs. Once you've done it once, do the Roo, do the Roo, do the. There was one time where I walked.
Yeah, they did it at me. I fucked a kangaroo on the golf course.
One time I went back to Wanneroo Footy Club, my old footy club.
I was at Wanneroo on Saturday.
Oh, were you? At Comedy Shack?
Did the show at Leapfrog.
Sick.
Big crowd?
Yeah.
It's usually awesome.
I have a lovely time. And the second year I've done it, and my favourite thing is like I didn't know about the mini golf and all that shit last year, but I couldn't get there in time to like play this year.
Great.
So like I was just wandering around the mini golf course, my head, tracksuit, no club,
just looking at kids playing late night mini golf.
You don't think we just realised how sus? Because that's why I was asking about this thing. Like, you know, do you remember all the time that you've got that? I was like, I forget that I look like this.
And someone came up to you and was like, do we have a problem?
Yeah. It's just like, what kind of hole are you looking for?
Well,
Awesome.
I've been to 2 weddings there. It's a beautiful venue.
Yeah, it's
Two
really
weddings.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah, it feels like you're playing a wedding thing. I always love playing a wedding thing because
Yeah.
like one couple missed out for this.
Yeah.
For this. This is a Saturday night. They wanted to love each other. And I'm like, hey.
It's a fire venue as well. Like the crowds are
Yeah,
normally
awesome.
always.
fucking
Was it packed?
Yeah, it had like 100 odd.
Yeah,
It was
fuck
lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
cool.
there next Thursday. I've done 110 for each one. It's gonna be fucking sick.
Your solos.
Yeah,
Oh, sick.
back to backs.
Yeah.
So 7 o'clock date night, and then 33 is single at 8:30.
Oh, sick.
Wow.
We went to Wanneroo High. Like we're Wanneroo.
Ah, what's the?
It's not. You don't tell many people that, but like,
Okay, now that I've been there, he's
it's
cool.
like the Midlands.
He's cool, dude.
Yeah, Wanneroo is not the place. But we...
Because that's not even Wanneroo. That's Joondalup, really.
Yeah.
Leapfrogs.
That's a little bit
called
north of
Wanneroo,
Wanneroo.
but it's
not
Joondalup.
Wanneroo. Not the real.
It's probably like it's a bit north of Wanneroo.
Yeah, Wanneroo's more like towards.
What would be like the authentic Wanneroo experience?
Oh, go to Wanneroo Showgrounds on a Friday night, or they'll go to the Wanneroo show and get drunk.
Oh, don't go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to Wanneroo
Well, that's
show.
or go to a Wanneroo footy game on a Saturday afternoon. That's pretty authentic.
Yeah, so if you go to the Wanneroo Footy Club on a Saturday arvo
Fucking.
and sit in the grandstand, mate, I fucking love them. A lot of them listen. They're good. They're good lads. I just remember going back there one night.
check if it's
I
actually
had
in
played there
Wanneroo.
for a season or so because when I finished up playing at Westbeth, I went down to Wanneroo, played there for 3 or 4 years, and then I started playing country footy. And there was a weekend where we weren't playing footy, and I went back with one of my mates. He walked in. It was like at the end of a club function, fucking 2 in the morning or something like that, and I'm stoned as shit. Walk in and I start going to the roof.
Who to yourself?
To the 150 people in there.
Amazing.
So I go yes, and I do the roof, and then
You started your own chant.
100%, and then I walk back. I speak to someone the next day, and I was like, "Oh, how was like me walking in and everyone chanting "Do the Roo," and they were like, "No one was chanting it. You just took it upon yourself to do the Roo, and nobody wanted to see it." So
That's awesome.
yeah, since that day, I was like, "Wow, I think I got a problem."
Yeah.
I got to tone down the room.
Yeah.
I'm doing unsolicited rooms.
Fuck. All right, I'm starting to get sweaty. I don't know about
Starting,
you boys.
I was sweating from minute 1. So
I mean, I was too, but that's just because you're a very attractive fella.
Yeah. Prince Andrew doesn't sweat.
do you have anything to plug while you're here?
Yeah.
How many days you left for, and anything else?
Plug your butt chafe with toilet paper.
Hey, that's a hammer solution. That's a hammer solution. Everyone's getting the arseless chaps in. Call it a day. Yeah, so listen to Flog Cabin, obviously, if you're like into podcasts. Flog Cabin, Spotify. It's just on YouTube now, so you can actually watch it as well.
Yeah.
And I got a comedy special coming out. When's this going to be released?
Tonight.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, comedy special coming out. Feb 2nd, you can pay for it. Feb 7th, it's free. Just through 800 Pound Gorilla. It's on YouTube. Daniel Muggleton, White and Wrong.
It's called 800 Pound Gorilla?
No, sorry. That's just putting it out. That's the company putting it out. It's
Oh,
called,
wow.
It's called White and Wrong.
Fuck yeah.
I called the thing called 800 Pound Gorilla. I think people will be like, well, why? What's going on
next
here?
quarterback.
Where'd you film it?
I filmed it at the Metro Theatre in Sydney.
Sick.
So yeah, it's good. Like I hope people like it. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then I got 4 more shows here to like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Big one at Freo on Sunday at the Comedy Lounge there.
Cool.
6 p.m.
Is it your special different to what you're doing here?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
right.
I filmed it at the end of 2022, and it's just getting released now.
Awesome.
It's like
They've been editing it to make it better?
Oh, yeah. To remove all that stuff I said about slavery. Yeah, so no, I've actually got like that show and then like another show that's unedited, but it's fucking, weird backlog.
Okay.
But more stuff will be out, but yeah.
Cool.
Thanks
How many
so much
people
for
were at
having me.
Metro?
It was like 150 both shows.
Fuck yeah.
Like I did the smaller room because like it's got this kind of better like aesthetic to it. Like I hope it looks good. That was like the one thing. Like Australian comedy specials. Like some of them are just like you like at some random like club and there's like a club logo behind you. Whatever. Yeah. But it's like this is like I think it looks
sick.
Looks
aesthetically pleasing.
I paid for some fucking lights, mate.
I think when it comes to that sort of stuff, like the setting, the intimate stuff, the intimate shows with like 150, 200 people. It's fucking there.
Yeah, the energy's better.
Yeah, there's something
Like,
that's. I don't know. I think, and I don't think it was his best special, but I remember watching a Chappelle one, and it was like an intimate room. It was maybe
the belly room at the store.
yeah,
that one.
Fuck, it was awesome,
Dude,
man.
like watching, I think honestly, comedy basically taps out at like maybe like 1,500, unless like it's a really nice theater like the Beacon or something in New York. Like it just taps out when there's too many people.
It's too disconnected.
Yeah, like honestly, give me 200 to 400 seater.
Yeah.
Like to see anybody. Like there's not really any comedian I'd like to see with more people in the room.
But if you are the comedian, as many paying tickets
Correct.
as possible.
I mean, that was the thing. Like, I saw Dave Chappelle when he came out last year, and he was like playing in the round, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's so cool that he's playing in the round."
I would hate
He's
that.
just selling more tickets, cunt. Like, he's using 360 degrees worth of tickets. That's all it is.
Imagine if you were behind him the whole time.
I totally agree as well. Like with that number, like because with the Up and Joke one at Regal Theatre, 1,100 people, fucking amazing. And then we did the next one at Varsity, and it was all 550 in a small area. It's fucking epic and just such a better vibe. It felt it was you could see everyone's faces. It was just way better.
Yeah. I liked the theatre one.
I'd still like the cachet. Well, you're doing you are doing your own theatre, Delby, as well. Do you want to plug that one? Well,
our Astor Theatre, 12th of April. We got 500 tickets sold already, so 500 to go.
That's awesome.
Teacher comedy night.
That's so sick.
Yeah, I'm really fucking stoked, man. It's something that I was shitting bricks about, but every show.
I'm genuinely like when you text me or tell me the other day it was 480 or 500 tickets. I was like, "Fuck, man, that's huge."
Yeah, it's nuts. It fucking doesn't feel real.
Very proud of you, bro.
Thanks, Dad.
Sentimental. Anything else to plug?
If you're really proud of him, you should do the route.
Do the route. Come on.
It reminded me. I first ever scam I fell victim to was the Dave Chappelle scam.
Dave
you know when
Chappelle
he
scam?
said, you know when he said that the lesbian chick was all right to hit him.
What?
No, it is special. But I was looking the first time he came out to Australia. It sold out, and then on Gumtree there was tickets for like $150, and fucking the person goes, "I live in," and they gave me this suburb never heard of, and it was like 3 hours away in the wheat belt. Yeah. So they go, "I just give us a half the deposit, and then we'll meet up." And I gave them half the deposit, and then they disappeared. And I back searched the BSB number and that, and it was for a temporary card registered in Queensland. So first time I ever got scammed.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
dude, he owes you $75.
No, I was 150 because I bought two. So
gotcha.
Back then that was like a lot of money while I was working at Dome Cafe or uni or whatever it was. But plug stuff tonight. Everyone, if any new listeners haven't listened to any of the backlog, because we're expecting thousands of new listeners with Dan Muggleton. So we're going to go, what do I want to plug? 33-year single, date night comedy, 2 white guys rapping, and The Confessional this weekend at Fringe. Friday, Saturday.
I got nothing. Got nothing. Just join the Patreon. I'll be doing shows for Corey White or maybe a bit of Legacy. Geil fucking Legacy. We got fucking Universal Bar and fucking Zeg. Anyway, and I'll be looking like this. So
I like
sick.
it.
Fucking
I don't think anyone's going to heckle you.
Yeah, I'm going to lean in. But sick. Thanks for coming on, man. It was an awesome episode.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks so much for having me, boys.
Have you on
Appreciate
anytime.
it.
Cheers.